I believe it's right here. Make sure. I'm quite excited to show you this. Cooperate with me, Boo! Uncasing video.
Declaring your love for them.
Yeah. Then
Please step away from the fruit bowl.
Get the future.
Woo! Let's get to the fun part of this video.
Oh, I just went there.
Hello guys and girls, and welcome to a really good video. Now, you might be wondering why I'm here, but if you guys remember in my MacBook Pro unboxing, I promised you guys a review, and a review you shall get. I have quite a few things to say about this new iteration of the MacBook Pro, this new generation of MacBook Pros, and some of them are not pretty. Before I get to the actual computer, I want to talk about its accessories, or let's be blunt, the accessories that are at least included with the MacBook Pro. The first thing I want to talk about is this charging adapter. Now, although it's pretty small in size, I have a few things to say about it. If you guys remember from the previous generation, both the 13 and 15-inch MacBooks came with wire management hooks on the adapters itself. Right here, there would be like C-shaped hooks that you could wrap the cable around. I'm sure, like, I will put up a picture as I'm talking about this to give you guys a clear understanding of what I'm talking about here. That is missing for number one. I don't like that. I thought that the cable management for these adapters were pretty good up until this point. Now, why would Apple remove those hooks? I don't get it. Big sloppy minus right there. Bad Apple. Number two, it's obvious they really want us to get used to the USBC ports, because there's one right here. Now, to be honest, I kind of was expecting a warm welcome with the USB port. I'm very disappointed. Not only do we not get an adapter, a USB 3C to USB-C adapter included in the packaging, but without that adapter, your ports are no good to you unless you have that special adapter. Now, Apple are selling it for £9, and that is with just one USB 3 to USB-C port. Just one. I actually, as I showcased in the previous video, I actually bought the Hutu 3-in-1 USB 3 to USB-C adapter with the SD card for, I think it was about £30 on Amazon. Now, if I was going to be a total fusspot, I would say I'm not completely happy with their design, their choice of design. I will explain later in the video as to why. Another thing that's sadly gone is the MagSafe connector. No longer will you be able to tell when your laptop has fully charged. There's no LED light on either end of the USB-C. None whatsoever. And this isn't magnetic, so you're more likely to drop your laptop, your expensive £1,700 laptop, with this cable than you are with a MagSafe. So you have to be extra cautious when you're dealing with cables. See, if I had the hooks right now, I would have been able to wrap this cable around this adapter, but no. Apple took it away, and I don't really understand why. Now, onto the laptop itself. This baby, I may take you off the mount. And by the way, I will not be doing any benchmark tests, any speed tests. I'm not that kind of tech reviewer, to be honest. Maybe in the future I can be if you really want me to be. But as of right now, I'm not going to do any test of that sort. Let's lift the lid up here. The first thing to note, when you do lift the lid on the new generation MacBook Pros, it boots up on its own, which is a nice addition, I have to admit. If you're a long-time Apple fan like me, you may have noticed that the chime is no longer there. It's dead, it's gone. No glowing Apple logo. No glowing Apple logo whatsoever. That too is dead. Basically, everything that made Apple unique has gone. Things like the MagSafe, the glowing Apple logo. If you are planning to get one of these, you should also know you can't use the Touch ID to unlock your Mac when you first lift the lid, which I never thought was the case up until I was playing around with it myself. So let's get in here. Da-da-da-da-da. Mine's a shaky camera, guys, seriously. I'm trying to give you my perspective here. I prefer this keyboard because it's much easier to type on. You can tell when you're really pressing the buttons. It gives you feedback. There are a lot of people have had problems with it. They don't like the new butterfly mechanism, but I think it's mostly down to personal preference. I like it. I think it works. The next big thing that Apple have been going on about and haven't stopped bragging about, this touch bar I was really excited for, and To be honest, I still am, because it adapts to the app that you're working with. You see here at the moment I've got Safari open, and I have all of these icons laid out here to my personal preference. The touch bar actually is very responsive. It actually has the feel of an iPhone. It's responsive, it's intuitive, it's smooth. I think there's a lot of potential here for third-party developers. Oops, I just activated Siri. Hi Siri.
I don't know what you mean by, I just activated Siri. Hi Siri. How about a web search for it?
You see, no thanks Siri. Siri was very responsive there. The touch bar also has all of the function keys that you would expect on a traditional keyboard. Most of them are sitting here. We've opened Final Cut Pro, and the touch bar has adapted to the app and presented us with a few controls. We have import, new event, and new project. When you tap on new project, you get this very familiar dialog box. If you would like a separate video of me working with Final Cut Pro and the touch bar, let me know. I'm sending a message to myself. There's my pretty face. The touch bar has adapted to the app that I'm using, which is pretty neat. Here we can see an emoji icon, which shows you all of the relevant emojis available for you to use whenever and wherever you like. Just like the iPhone. There we go. Whew. I made a video a while back talking about Apple investing in an emoji-like keyboard where you will have a keyboard that had all the emojis present, all of them that you would ever need, that you would ever use. If you're a heavy emoji user, you would love that keyboard. And I believe, I'm now convinced, that this was Apple's version of an emoji keyboard. The whole touch bar with the emojis was Apple's way of giving you an emoji keyboard with all the touch functionality. One thing that I did forget to mention, if you're wondering how Touch ID works, all you do is you use the Touch ID function just like you would to unlock an iPhone. Let's do that again so I can show you. Oops. Bring it here so I don't quite my... Here we go. So there you go. It was just as easy as that. If you're wondering where all the rest of the function keys are, all you do, when I mean function keys, I mean the F2s and the F3s, all you do is press this function key here, and as you can see, the touch bar has presented you with the function keys. Apple have actually said that they have taken all of the ideas that they had going for the iPad and iPhone and brought it over to this touch bar, which I think was a very clever idea, because it's much better to do that than to completely write new software for something like this. It's better to go with what you have already. Okay, earlier on in this video, I was telling you that you can actually change this touch bar and customize it to how you would like. To do that, you'll actually need to go to View, Customize Touch Bar. Here, you get a brand new panel showing you what is available for you to use to bring you more functionality. Dragging new tab down onto the bottom where it interacts with the touch bar itself. When I let go, you see it moves right over there. Now if you want to get rid of it, all you need to do is tap and drag to the left to put into the trash can. There we go. That's the touch bar. Overall, I am very impressed with what it can do. I believe that it has a lot of potential. I can say this much, and this isn't me being a fangirl. It isn't a gimmick at all. I don't believe it is. Many people thought it might be, but I don't believe it is. One thing I do have to say about this MacBook Pro, is the fact that if you're going to be using this machine as your primary machine every day, day and night, 8 gigs of RAM and was it 2.9 gigahertz of dual core i5 isn't ideal. I don't believe it will handle it. Apple can call this a pro machine as much as they like. It won't do it. You won't get much performance out of an 8 gig machine. Believe me, my last 13-inch MacBook Pro was guilty of that, so I know from first hand. If you're gonna do like small projects on Final Cut that doesn't involve intense rendering, then you'll be fine. But don't expect to use the base model for intense tasks such as big projects on Logic and Final Cut Pro. It won't handle it. It can't do it. Good job on the speakers, Apple. I am impressed. So overall, the things that I am impressed with is the touch bar, the stereo speakers, the display, beautiful colors on the display, and apparently it's brighter and more vibrant than the previous generation. Oh, and the trackpad. Huge trackpad. I love that. And the keyboard. I love. The cons of this product is for a base model with 13-inch. I really didn't expect to get the specs that I did. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on this machine. I don't believe that we as consumers are ready for the USBC. It's not time. This is just like the time Apple chose to release the Apple Watch, and in my opinion, it was just too soon. Before I end the video, I actually want to talk about this Who to USB-C to USB 3 adapter with an SD card slot. Overall, it's a good hub. It does what it says on the tin, but I don't really like the design. I don't like the fact that there's a wire hanging out here. If we're really heading into a wireless future, then designs like this should no longer exist. Just exactly how Apple have chosen to eliminate the USB 3 era of technology. I strongly believe that if we are truly going wireless, this wire shouldn't exist. I don't like the fact that when it does sit plugged into your machine, this is basically what it looks like. You have the adapter sitting at an awkward angle like this. When does one actually plug in their USB 3 devices in like this? It's an awkward angle. The device lights up, which is kind of cool. Kind of like Apple in a way. That's the hub right there. One more thing. I don't like the fact that you have to use this adapter to charge your own iPhone on the computer. It's kind of stupid, doesn't make sense. Which is why I say Apple were too hasty in releasing USB-C technology. That kind of rhymed, but yeah. So that concludes my review. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Leave a like and please don't mind the shaky camera. I am trying, you guys, but I can only work with what I have right now, and I'll be honest with you, it's not much. So thank you for your support. Thank you for watching me in 2016. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Have a prosperous New Year. And until my next video, guys and girls. This is B signing off for Wheelie Goood.